Welcome back, and welcome to part one of rebuilding my dream car. Yes, it's not my dream spec, but I literally have a Camaro tattooed on my forearm. I've always loved Camaros, so me just having another one that I could work on and being at this point where I could buy a car that, yes, is not practical, and yes, I don't need it, but thanks to my job, it allowed me to mess around with it. So I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but it's just I had to sell my old Camaro to move here where we live now. So now coming back full circle to rebuilding it, and this time I'm gonna build it right, because yes, I cut a lot of corners on my old Camaro. But yeah, enough of the sob story. Let's get to cleaning. I think the first step I'm gonna do is wash the car. Just to kind of get a glimpse of what's really going on, the damage and all that stuff. So let me set up a time lapse and you guys can see me cleaning the car. Okay, so this, what is it called? The Chemical Guys Honeydew Snow Foam. This thing sprays on heavy. I didn't even realize I'm used to the other ones, but this is pretty nice. Hopefully I didn't mess up anything, but nah, I covered everything up pretty well. So right now I literally just went ahead and you saw in the time lapse, I hand washed it a little bit just to break up the grime. I shot it up with the foam cannon. Man, it's like, that's some heavy look at that. Look at that, that's like Cool Whip. But yeah, so now I'm just gonna give it like 5 minutes, let the Cool Whip do its thing, and break off all the grime and stuff, because I did a Carfax check. Actually forgot to tell you guys about this. So it looks like it still has a clean title, so that makes it registering it a lot easier. But the accident was reported December 2022, so it probably sat for the rest of the year just like this in the field somewhere. So hopefully all this grime gets broken down. I do plan on repainting the whole thing, but step by step. Obviously I'm gonna do the front end first and then work my way towards the back. But yeah, let me set this camera back up and go ahead and rinsing it and all that stuff. So I'm stupid and I forgot to press record as I'm pressure washing everything. But you guys can see it's actually, well, it's wet now, so let it dry up first. But it's actually not in bad, the paint is not in bad shape. Yeah, I could use a buffing and definitely something happened there. So it's gonna require a respray. I'm not too concerned about that right now at the moment, to be honest. You can see this needs to come off sooner than later. Hopefully the inside's not wet. The only spots I expect water to come into right now is obviously here. But all the seals look pretty good. The interior's nice. So right now I'm just gonna go ahead and let it dry up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and figure out what my next step is. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, so just pop the hood on it, and first of all, let's start from the bottom, working our way up. So it looks like this got twisted. It doesn't look like it popped the welds. And I don't know if it's welded here. I can't really tell. I gotta, once I start taking the wheel off and all that stuff. I don't see nothing inside there now. but it looks like there's a weld right there. There's a little spot weld right there. So it might not be as bad as I think. I'm gonna try and see if I could find the whole piece and just replace it. If not, maybe I could straighten it out. We'll see. But it doesn't really look like the frame rail is tweaked. Like, yeah, I can see that it was like scraped, but it's not tweaked. I can't really see this one because this one's covered. Yeah, see, this one's covered, but that's not as bad as I expected. Obviously, all the suspension stuff's gonna get changed. This is kind of non-existent, but it's not that big of a deal because it looks like it's all here. So I'm gonna see if I could find this whole upper section as a one piece. And if you look right here, these are all spot welds. That the whole thing, this whole piece right here, is all spot welded to the unibody. I already found this whole radiator support because this thing is obviously shredded and twisted out of spot. So that is pretty much, it's gonna have this mounting right here for the headlight, goes across, and then that mount for the headlight comes down. It comes down to, yeah, right here. That's part of it, and that bolts on to something. I just don't remember what exactly, but yeah. So first things first, what I gotta order is the front. I gotta see if I can find this apron and a window because I don't want that window to be open all the time. But right now, today I'm not really gonna tackle nothing. I just wanted to clean the outside of the car, just get a better look at the damage, see what I'm getting myself into. And I think tomorrow's gonna rain, but the day after tomorrow, I'm gonna tackle this. First things first is what I'm gonna do. I'm glad this guy fixed it somewhat, but that's just a fire hazard waiting to happen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a little setup station right here, and I'm literally gonna go wire by wire and rebuild this whole setup, wiring harness. Second thing I'm gonna do, actually I might do, first thing I'm gonna take all this off, order the new stuff that I need, and then tackle this, because I feel like it'll be easier for me to work with the wiring harness where all this stuff is out of the way. I do have to run the fluids before I start the car, because you can see there's junk there. So I'm gonna, let's see, it's not that much junk honestly, but I'm gonna get a paper towel actually right now. Sorry about the mess in the garage. Getting the car in the driveway was kind of it was a little hectic. So let's see. It's not that bad, but I'm gonna flush the engine with oil just to get all the gunk moving. I'm just gonna open the oil pan in the bottom and just flush the whole thing. But besides that, honestly, damage is just in this area. So yeah, that's how I'm gonna start. I'm gonna get the car up, take this whole front support off, all this off. I don't know if the headlight's factory. If you guys can let me know in the comments below. I always thought the factory projector had black chrome, like this chrome bezel right here. I thought it was black. So I don't know, maybe they're retrofitted, but I can't tell. They don't look cut to me. Oh yeah, they're not factory. Look at that. That's not factory wiring right there. It's okay. I'll get factory wiring. Okay. But yeah, catch you guys in tomorrow's video, tomorrow's clip, because today I'm not gonna start nothing, because it makes no sense to start and then have to leave for work. So I just wanted to wash the car, set it up, and keep moving forward. So after taking the crash bar off, this car, I know I read the Carfax has been in a couple accidents in the front end. Only the front end, so that's a good thing. But you can see two things I caught on. Either I gotta find out if that frame rail is bent, but that's an extreme bend. And honestly, I remember these being out more because I know this. See, this bar has curvature to it. So I remember this being further out than this. So this might be bent straight. I don't know. I gotta see. Once I order a new crash bar, I'll kind of see what. It might have been bent right here. Yeah, you know what? Maybe that's why that cracked, because this got bent in. But that's not a big deal. That's actually an easy pull. But the one other thing I realized is that it has you can see somebody replaced this piece in the past. Alright guys, so today I'm not really gonna do much work on the car, but I just want to kind of update you guys on what's going on behind the scenes. So besides finding out the car was in a previous wreck a couple times actually, and you could tell right here, like I got lucky because this frame rail is not frame rail, this is the upper apron support for the fender. So what they did when the car got in a previous wreck, they kind of just pried the support out. It's not bent, it's just, you know, a horrible repair job, put it that way. So I went ahead and I ordered this whole support for the top half of the car. I ordered the crash bar and I ordered the radiator fill cap. I have that one over there, but it's a little tweaked, so I want everything to be nice and straight. This fender I can't really remove because I need to get the side skirt off. That's the later problem. I ordered a wiring harness rebuild like setup so I could do a nice professional job and make it look like it was done from the factory. In the future, I'm gonna order a new radiator and this whole condenser and all that stuff, because you could tell it was banged up in the accident because it's not supposed to be sitting that far back. And the guy did mention that it wasn't running, so I don't know if it's electrical or if it just actually banged up. I'm in talks with somebody about getting this piece pretty much from like here to here. So I gotta see what they're asking and if whatnot and all that stuff. So let's see. But yeah, you can see here's a little pinched. I am gonna try and pull this out myself, so you could tell that it's pushed in a little bit. So I just gotta pull it out this way. This needs to be pulled out this way. But yeah, so that's kind of like just going over the damage on the front end. So when all the parts come in, I'll show you guys the next step. Alright, so I'm chipping away at the car slowly. I know, buzz cut. I got tired of the long hair. But right now the objective is, until the parts come in, I want to start on the wiring. So I have to take the fuse box off. I'm gonna see any wires I could disconnect and just start somewhere, because this just looks like a rat's nest waiting to happen. So kind of like the goal is to disconnect any fuse boxes, ECUs, anything like that, and figure out which wires I want to attempt at fixing first. Alright, so you guys saw me take the fuse box, the ECU, and all these wiring. So all this is one wiring harness. So I don't want to cut anything now until I get ready to work on it. So kind of like the approach is going to be start from here and work down the whole system until I get to the front. And I don't know if you guys saw on camera, But I was kind of just examining this damage, just trying to figure out my plan of attack. Like I could definitely tell that's bent. This is, you can see where it got hit and bent in a little bit. So the BMW is leaving on Friday. I'm gonna move the Corvette over, move this car over a little more, and then I'm gonna go ahead and kind of like take the whole front end apart, all that wheel assembly, all this here, take it apart. Like everything's gonna come off from the front end, just so I could, you know, sit there and look at the car better and see really what's going on with everything off. But yeah, kind of a mess, but this is where I gotta start. I gotta start with the wires, get all this nice and tight and clean and all good looking, because let me see if I have a, so right here, this is the computer, this is the fuse box, that's my coffee, and this is what the fire department cut. So I'm gonna try and see if I could put this back on the car. If not, I do have, you know, full wiring set up right there, so I could just rewire it if I need to, because I'm not I gotta find the schematics and see where it sits originally, because I can't remember on my car, like my old Camaro. But yeah, it's gonna be a work in progress. And if anybody could tell me on their Camaros, is this supposed to be like this, like broken? Like, no, obviously not. I just realized, I just answered my own question. Okay, so I'm gonna need a new one of these. I think this is a cool oil cooler. No, this is the, oh, I hate dealing with this. This is the AC system. Damn, I hate that. Okay. But yeah, that's kind of gonna wrap up part one of, well, technically it's part two. That's gonna wrap up part two of this Camaro build. I just kind of wanted to go over all the damage and what needed to be done, what I took off, and all that in this video. The next video you're gonna see is definitely gonna be me dealing with the electrical system, because that's the first thing I want to tackle before I move on forward. Once I get the electrical system set up, like wired in and everything, I'm gonna hook up the battery before I tape up everything to, you know, just cleaning it off. Like I ordered the cloth tape and everything. But once that's done, I'm gonna hook up the battery, make sure the car runs, see what issues it has, and then go from there and diagnose those issues in the future. But the main concern is the wiring harness and the front end frame rail right now. I'm still trying to figure out which frame rail is tweaked. I believe that one, and that one's solid, but I can't really be sure because this car has been in 2 accidents, one on this side, one on that side. So we'll get there though. I did find a whole front clip, but the guy cut, I don't know why anybody would cut it like this. He cut half the tower and forward. Like, it makes no sense, but whatever. But yeah, if you guys enjoy these kind of videos and want to see more, just leave a thumbs up, and I know that you guys are enjoying them. Like I said, this car is either going to be set up as a wide body or a drift car. Not sure if I'm keeping or selling it, but it's going to be fun to rebuild another one, because one car that I truly did miss was my 5th gen Camaro. I love working on them, I love how they look, and I love everything about them. So I'll see you guys in part 3.